The renewed fighting between Iran and the US has cast fresh doubts over the interim truce. A permanent peace deal now appears increasingly unlikely. The US claiming that the Strait of Hormuz can be restored to its previous free-flowing state also appear increasingly implausible. This latest escalation showing how the strait has become the central battleground in a war that began over Iran's alleged nuclear ambitions. The US and its Arab Gulf allies are determined to prevent Iran from establishing hegemony over Hormuz, the lifeline for a large share of the world's oil and gas supplies. Iran, on the other hand, insisting on asserting joint authority over the strait and has floated the idea of transit fees or service charges. Reports suggesting the White House is preparing for what could become a multi-day or even multi-week exchange of fire with Iran over the Strait of Hormuz. Meanwhile, shipping through the Strait of Hormuz has once again plunged. According to marine traffic data, only 13 commercial vessels transited the strait in the past 24 hours. For Tehran, the strait remains its strongest bargaining chip. Since the war started, Iranian forces have mined the strait, attacked commercial vessels, and reduced traffic through the waterway by an estimated 95%. In fact, the result has been the biggest supply disruption in the history of the global oil market. Control of the strait is also central to Iran's asymmetric warfare strategy. The US possesses overwhelming military superiority. Iran's greatest strength, however, lying in its political resolve and determination to survive. Tehran is determined to show the US and the region that it remains in control and will not back down despite losing much of its senior leadership. It appears prepared to absorb enormous economic and security costs to pursue that objective, and that resolve is evident in its willingness to threaten civilian shipping using low-cost drones, fast attack boats, and other asymmetric tactics. The text of the Memorandum of Understanding has further hardened Iran's position, paragraph 5 stating that Iran will make arrangements to restore shipping through the strategic waterway before working with Oman to determine its future administration. In Tehran, many have interpreted this as recognition of Iran's exclusive authority over the strait. Ghalibaf cited the clause on social media, arguing that Iran controls the strait and that shipping will resume only under Iranian terms. It was Ghalibaf who earlier declared that Hormuz would never return to its previous status. For Tehran, the dispute is not really about toll revenue. Any income from transit fees would be modest compared with Iran's oil revenues. The real objective is to establish a precedent of sovereignty over the world's most strategic energy choke point, its most powerful leverage in any future negotiations with the United States.
To stay up to speed with the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.